Back to slay the princess. If you remember last time, I resetted the thing by killing myself. I have no idea what that had done, but we're gonna see what happens.
You're on a path in the woods,
Oh,
and at the end of that path is a cabin. And you're here to slay her.
I'm quick and fast.
If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Oh, oh, that's an ending. Oh shit! What? Oh my god! How did I not? That's an ending. That's called the. Oh, that's also a trophy, actually. That's pretty much a loop. Oh my god! What? Exactly. What the fuck? You gotta be fucking kidding me. Ah. Exactly. Okay, new game. Shit.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Alright, before we actually continue, there is some stuff I want to look at. You know, some of these memories, maybe your combat, fall off to a pharaoh captive, there's no always guide to nature, then let it swallow you whole, become one of the princes, and in very little sense. May involve, but does not have to be eaten. Make your cycle is to put your heart in the line. Okay, so the only ones that have not get their chapter 3 is the witch, the stranger, the prisoner, the damsel, and the spectrum. Those are the 5 that have not done. Oh, did I do Razor? I did, right. She was the weird walking thing, lady creature thingamajiggy? Whatever. I don't know if you can get a chapter 3 with her. I don't know. I will not try her. I want to do the witch, the stranger, the prisoner, the damsel, and the spectrum for this, if I remember correctly. I'll try my best, alright? But that's what I'm going to do this time.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. We're not going to go through with this, right?
Whoops.
She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about. The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do the prisoner first and see the other options.
The door to the basement creaks
That's one of my
open,
first
revealing a
thing for
staircase
this.
faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. Good. you're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
No!
Then drop the knife.
We should. It'll go a long way to building trust with her. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
So like the no option, the best option ever.
Blade tumbles out
Probably one of the
through
best
trembling
actually.
hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed.
We'll be fine.
I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
I love this option.
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship. Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
Oh, you have to be kidding me.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Well, you do have that big, sharp knife. You could always cut me out of here.
She speaks with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. Anything to finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here? You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Ay. This is still gruesome.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp and you make quick work of it. Before long you're able to crack through bone and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet.
My god, still gruesome.
Didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
Says slaying the princess, we warn him.
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it. Stop resisting me. I am trying to get you out of here alive.
Please resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease. Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
It was.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay, let's see.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink. Did you just say wink out loud? No, I didn't. Wink. Just ignore this clown and focus on the process.
So fun.
The interior
So yeah,
of the cabin
forget.
is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison. The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Good idea. Much better to be armed than to go in with blind hope alone. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
I wonder what visitors she could be referring to. Were we not the first? You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She looks
Why does she look so
the
scuffed?
heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap. Should we be worried about the one around her neck? Why would you be worried about her restraints? If anything, they'll make your job easier. Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
Oh, I can leave her in the basement? Oh.
You step
I should have
towards the
saved there to
princess,
see what happens.
but she
Oh well.
stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
I'm gonna do something. This is gonna be hilarious. Oh, wrong button. I'm save here. And
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
sit closer!
Do you think this is a game? Do you think these chains take away my say in things?
As you move towards the princess, she stands, her chains clinking as she wraps them around her.
She good at the fighting
The
stance.
instant they're around your neck, both of you dropping to the ground as she pulls them taut, bracing her body against yours as you struggle uselessly. The metal chains constrict around your windpipe as the princess heaves with a muscled intensity.
Drop the knife or you die.
What is she doing? We weren't trying to attack her. I can
Exactly.
see where she might have gotten the wrong idea. She doesn't have much agency here. Would we have trusted her if the roles were reversed? I don't know. How about we think about the nuances of interpersonal relationships when we're strangled? How many times did I
Alright.
warn you she's not to be
Okay.
trusted?
Good one. Good
While
one.
strangulation can be very distracting, she's not armed, and you have your pristine blade. End her before she ends you.
Let's drop it and see what happens.
As your weapon falls pathetically to the floor, the princess releases you from her stranglehold, shoving you away with a swift kick. Your hands test the bruised flesh of your neck as you regain your senses, watching with a dazed expression as the princess snatches up the blade.
That wasn't so hard, was it?
She pulls up her hair, smiling slightly, as she
Same
raises
results.
the blade to her throat.
You can stay right where you are for this next part.
What is she doing? She doesn't say another
Yep.
word as she cuts into her own neck. No.
Oh, look away.
Her eyes stare forward, unblinking, as she saws through skin, veins, cartilage. At last she reaches bone, the blade grinding audibly against her vertebra as it continues to slice its way through her neck. I'll be damned. She's actually doing your job for you. Why would she do that? Huh. So that's her play. Killing herself? She isn't dead yet. Finally, you hear a snap. Her eye twitches. There's an uneasy silence. She
God,
remains
fucking
motionless for
damn.
a moment, her twitching eye the only movement in the room, until at last it stops in an unsettling half wink.
Oh, God.
Her head twists slowly to the side, flopping to her
Jesus.
shoulder,
God.
and her neck opens. The remaining
Fuck.
tissue is not enough to hold the weight of her severed head. It stretches and tears until finally it falls to the floor, completely free. It bounces a few times
No,
before rolling
why
to a
did it-
stop at your feet.
Oh, fuck.
Oh no, oh no, what did we do? Can we put it back? Please tell me we can put it back. The princess's eyes stare up at you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations! Saved the world!
Hey, he's happy.
So I guess that's it. What a way to go. But she is gone.
I hate this. Can we just get out of here now, please? Of course, the princess is slain and the world is saved. Whenever you're ready, you can proceed to your reward.
Now hold on, she's dead. So what's the rush? What's your angle?
I don't have an angle. I'm just looking forward to putting all this behind us. I'm sure you can understand that.
Look, I'm just not ready to put my guard down. It's best to keep sharp. She wouldn't have done all that without some kind of reason. She's left us with this dangling thread, and I need to know why.
You're just wasting your energy. The danger has passed, and now we can all relax and enjoy your reward.
Let's leave.
Fine. But if we're leaving, then we're taking the blade. I feel exposed without it.
With your work done, you remove the blade from the princess's corpse and make your way back upstairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. You can think of it as sealing yourself off from an unpleasant chapter of your life. It's all uphill from here.
The windows. Do you see that? We used to be able to see the outside world from up here, but now it's just
Empty.
empty. The door.
Yep.
Check the door.
What? The void, right?
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away.
You don't have to act surprised. We could see this vast emptiness through the windows.
But if everything's gone, does that mean we're not gonna get our reward? This is your reward. An eternity of bliss, if you'll have it. And I suggest that you have it. Okay. This is what's best for everyone. Trust me.
Like hell it is.
I don't know. Pretty okay with this. That's bullshit. Let us out of here.
This isn't an ending. In fact, now that the princess has been slain, endings are a thing of the past. No, this is the beginning of eternity. Your reward, like I just told you. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days, or months, or years, or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier.
Decades? No, it can't be decades. We can't go along with this. We can't let him win.
What do you suggest then?
We still have a blade. Let's use it on ourselves and start over.
He's suggesting you kill yourself. You shouldn't kill yourself when you have an eternity of bliss right in front of you. You goddamn spiteful person. You're really going to turn down immortality itself just to make me lose.
Why should it matter if we die at this point? Haven't you
Exactly.
already gotten what you want?
I don't have to answer that.
Ooh.
That's all we needed to hear.
Yep.
You raise the blade,
There we go.
then drive it into your heart. You collapse to the floor, everything goes dark, and you die. You're a genocidal maniac, you know that, right?
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Oh, whoops. The cage. New chapter.
You're on a path
Whoa!
chains everywhere. This is different.
fuck?
This is new.
The hell is this?
Worse is what it is.
Yeah.
We're finally starting to see reality for what it is. This place is a prison, and she's not the only inmate.
Yep.
You're acting like reality is this static thing. But this world is constantly changing around us. How can you be so sure that you aren't breathing the prison into existence? That by feeling the walls closing in on you, that's exactly what they do.
What?
What a crock of pretentious
Holy shit,
bullshit.
y'all
Reality
yapping
is
so
as solid
much.
as the ground beneath our feet. And if we just examine it, if we apply enough scientific rigor, if we think hard enough, we'll find a way out of here for good. Don't you see? We're already making progress. And what if looking at it is enough to make it change? Where does that leave us?
It leaves you exactly where you are right now, and presumably exactly where you've been before. I'll spare you my full introduction, since you've clearly already heard it at least once, but I would like to remind you that the people in my world are living, breathing, suffering entities, and not pawns for you to sacrifice in pursuit of some vague truth.
Whoa! We have the blade? I
actually
didn't even
noticed.
notice.
Holding it's starting to feel natural, isn't it?
Of course it feels natural. We've had it with us every time. We've made it part of us. Don't be weird. It's just a tool, not some mystical object. Though starting with it feels like an indication that we're on the right track.
This is strange. You're not supposed to start with the blade. It says right here that you're supposed to find it at the cabin. Oh well, I suppose that doesn't make much sense anyway. It's better if you start with a weapon, so this is probably for the best.
I'm not taking the blade again. Toss your blade into the woods.
She... what? Why would she ever do that? She's not supposed to be suicidal. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. More importantly, if she did cut her own head off, why are you here? You shouldn't have died. You should be enjoying your reward.
We killed ourselves, obviously. You were insisting that we were happy, but we knew we weren't. We could see right through you. Yeah, what he said. We weren't about to be stuck somewhere being fed non-stop bullshit forever. We wanted answers. We weren't gonna find them in your fake little paradise.
There are no answers to find. If she was dead, then that was it. That was the solution. All you managed to do was reset the board, and you put the pieces back all wrong while you were at it. This is probably worse for you, if I had to guess.
Ha! So there is a board.
Well, what's done is done, and you're here now. There's no use arguing. Just get to the cabin and settle this. Try not to kill yourself this time.
Oh, let's go see her.
You stand at the edge of a cliff.
Oh.
An abyss yawns beneath you, empty and endless. The only path forward, a rusted metal bridge. The cabin looms on its far side. I think you already know what waits for you within.
It's like the world itself doesn't want us to reach her. There's nothing to find out here. Time to check in with the missus.
I'm going to pretend you didn't just call her that. Every surface of the cabin is draped in chains, the air filled with the mock birdsong of metallic clinks. Where there should be walls, you can see only endless ropes of metal, with hooks dangling from their ends. A fitting cage for a monster destined to end the world. There's nothing for you to do but step forward into the basement. You already have your weapon. Your objective awaits. And how are we supposed to get to the basement? I don't see a way down. All I see is a mirror.
Yeah.
A mirror. There is no mirror. The only thing of note here is the door to the basement.
It clearly serves some purpose, but what? Is there something about us we're supposed to see? Can it be a tool of some kind? Or is it a distraction? Something meant to confuse us?
Can we please stop talking about the mirror? I'd rather not spend more time in this room than I have to. It's creepy.
That's true.
You step out onto the floor. Or what should have been a floor.
Should have been.
Yes, unfortunately. You realise too late that there is no floor beneath the metal.
It's just...
There is only a loose web of chains suspended over some unseen space. An unseen space that you are now rapidly plummeting through.
Nothing's solid here, is it? It's all just a shifting mass waiting for us to drop our guard.
Your fall is suddenly, painfully halted as rusty chains pull taut against your skin, their hooks digging into your muscle. You find yourself suspended in what appears to be a vast, dark space. The glinting of yet more chains merely hinting at its full dimensions. You dangle a few feet off the bare concrete floor. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. As your eyes adjust to your new surroundings, you make out a figure standing in the gloom.
This fits like hell, doesn't it?
She watches you with the stillness of the grave.
Easy now. We don't know what sort of situation we're dealing with. We should let her make the first move. Let observation give us an advantage.
But you are met with only silence, save for the creaks and groans of metal as it sways in the stale air around you. The hooks slowly shift in your skin, the pain coming in waves as you continue to dangle helplessly.
What if the chains don't have to be real? What if they aren't real? They feel plenty real to me. Yeah, it would be nice if we could just tell ourselves the chains aren't lodged in all our joints and they'd magically go away, but I'm afraid that's wishful thinking. Well, maybe wishful thinking is what we need. Maybe they're real, but maybe we can cut through them.
It's worth a try. You clumsily rotate the blade in your palm, pressing it against the chains lodged in your wrist.
And it slices through them, right?
Yeah, what he said. It slices through.
Now hold on. Let's not rush to conclusions. How would that ever work? It just does?
It doesn't.
Maybe the only reason it isn't working is because someone doesn't believe we can do it. They're metal chains, and nothing we've done has worked so far. Maybe if you gave me a good reason to believe we should try again, I'd believe it was worth trying again. But until then, I'm going to believe our eyes. This isn't getting us anywhere. You should believe it because you should. We don't have anything better to do.
Maybe they're rusty. He did say they were rusty, didn't he?
He did, didn't he?
Oh, he is.
Alright.
Yeah, he said these
Okay.
rusty chains, right?
Cut again.
You bring your blade against the chains again, and this time, you manage to cut into the
Ah,
metal.
it's in my
Its
flesh
hook
still.
remains embedded in your
Fuckers.
flesh, but your arm falls from the mass of chains, free from the princess's bindings.
Yes! Will you look at that?
That worked. And why shouldn't the rest be the same then?
But before you can make much progress,
Holy
the princess
shit!
takes a step forward.
Holy
As she moves,
shit!
the heavy chains shift, tightening and tearing at your flesh, your joints screaming in agony as the rusted hooks dig deeper. Stars dance in your eyes as the chain wrapped around your neck threatens to choke you. As your vision comes back into focus, your eyes fall on the body of the princess, finally emerged from the shadows.
The body of the princess is a weird way to describe a person.
It's
Yeah.
only accurate. The form in front of you is a body, draped in raiments of chains, her head dragging along behind her in an iron cage. The head stares up at you but says nothing, and the chains squeeze ever tighter.
Just keep going. She's a head in a cage. We're not going to be able to talk our way out of this. The only thing we can do is keep soaring our way to freedom. Yes, the links are weak. They can't handle the strain. Isn't that right?
You know, it's rather annoying for you to dictate what I'm going to say next.
But is that what happens? Do the links break?
Yes. Luckily for you, they were too thoroughly rusted to hold much longer. Your other arm breaks free. The body takes another step towards you, the chains around you tightening, the hooks boring deeper into your flesh. They constrict dangerously around your throat. You find it harder to breathe.
I don't think she's happy you're here. But what do I know? I'm just a set of eyes and ears. I don't make choices. At least not any that matter.
She won't kill us if we just keep cutting. We just have to get our neck free.
That's what I used to think. But time alone has taught me the truth. I'm not my body. I'm just the thing that watches it. There's so much pain that comes from tricking yourself into thinking you have a choice. But none of us have choices. And knowing that has made me feel so free. Everything we witness is just another shade of the same endless cycle. I wake up in chains.
The body steps forward. Your bindings tighten again.
You come to me, knife in hand.
The body steps forward. The pressure on your limbs is becoming unbearable.
You give me your implement.
The pressure is finally too much. Your
Oh,
fist
shit.
unfolds as your joints swell with trapped blood, and your pristine blade tumbles helplessly to the ground.
I cut myself free.
She's not insane, is she? No, she's just right. It's all been the same.
The whole time, it's all been the same. We never had a say.
Just because you refuse to see the walls doesn't mean they aren't there. Give in with me. It's so much easier to let the world happen to you.
She steps forward yet again,
Damn.
and the chains dig into you, your nerves screaming, your heart pounding, your lungs desperate for air.
I don't think we can hold on to you much longer.
How many times will we have to do this? I'm tired.
This is all getting so predictable, isn't it? Pop.
Damn. Whoa! What the fuck?
And now, the cut. See? You only ever thought you were in control. Isn't it so much nicer to let go?
Oh. I guess this isn't so bad. You ripped my head off. Exactly.
My body ripped your body's head off. I didn't have anything to do with it. You get it. It's
Oh.
not like you're responsible for what your body is doing to mine now. You and I just watch, like we've been doing since the beginning.
Oh.
Look at us go. Aren't we beautiful? It's all going to come to a head soon. Head.
Okay. Oh my, God damn it. Stupid.
I guess I'll see you next time.
Oh.
It's cold, but that's always been us, hasn't it? Cold isn't bad.
Damn. Alright. That's cool. I can't even say anything, bro. I'm just head. I have my limbs, apparently. Okay. Guess I'm back? I don't know. I don't even know what the fuck just happened. I just gotta get decapitated. What? What? Okay.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
Where is it?
Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond.
How did this was the right question?
Perspectives to make my own. This one is a body that convinced herself she was only a set of eyes. She will make for a watchful heart.
Oh.
Do not mourn her. She is now what she wished that she could be.
Okay, that's weird. Let's see.
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
I don't remember which question I asked.
How can the world have ended if we are talking? You are the only thing I have ever known.
No, I answered that question
The
before.
space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us. She is part of me, and part of me is her.
I guess I did answer all that.
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
Okay. I think I did answer.
Solitary lights in an empty city. What are you? I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks. I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me. I promise that it doesn't hurt. I know only that they are. You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you. Nothing as we are, but I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom. I have not lived.
Yeah,
I am
answer
not
this
afraid
question.
to die. Everything, until we meet again. Then we will be here forever, as we are now, unfinished, dry, hollow. You ask of things that cannot be
Yeah,
done.
okay. I think I answered all the
To
questions already.
destroy is merely to reshape, to remold. How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated. She asks that I tell you to remember her.
You won't.
You won't.
I like it. She's really just says, nope.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
All right. So what I'm gonna do here is this. Let's see. Should I override that save? Or I guess it'd be fine. Alright. Look at memories. As I'm looking through the stranger, it doesn't look like she actually has any additional special things. Because if you look at everything else, there's a lot. Like if you go to the Nightmare, there's a lot here. It's like almost a full book. Same go to the Tower, or this Tower looks similar. 1, 2. Oh, no. Okay. Maybe. Just maybe. I don't know. Anyways, I'll figure out what I want to do next and see what happens. But yeah, yeah. I'm gonna leave the episode here, and I guess I'll see you guys next time. Peace.